Hey everyone, I'm Jet from InThirdPerson.com, a personal look at video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. And let's be real here, man. Good evening, Ian. How are you? Let's be real here. I don't really want to play video games at all. Let's talk hoops, guys. This is all a bait and switch. The Toronto Raptors are in the NBA Finals. And let's talk basketball, like all night. We're repping. As you can see, we got the flag in the back. We got the hat on. We got the shirt on. Non-stop Toronto Raptors until... Hey, hello, Chris and Rachel. How are you? I was just saying we're not playing Paper Mario. It's NBA Finals time, guys. This is serious business. I've been cheering on this team for the last more than 24 years. I remember in 1993 when I was watching TSN Sports Desk and they said the Toronto was getting its own team. And I was like, oh my God, I finally have a basketball team to cheer of my own. Up until then, I was cheering on the Chicago Bulls. And there was a contest where you could vote on the name of the team. And I actually entered that. And it was in the Toronto Sun. I cut the ballot out of the newspaper. And I voted, checked, Toronto Raptors. Mailed it in. And this is it. This is here now. And I've sat through a good almost 20 years of this team being horrible, being the laughingstock of the NBA, being a second-class NBA fan. Toronto's not good enough. You're in a different country. Players don't want to be here. They diss the school system. They don't like the cable packages in Canada. We have a way of just blowing leads in the worst possible way, getting destroyed by LeBron James. But we're here now. We started from the bottom. Now we're here. And okay, I'm done. Let's go play some Paper Mario. I had to do that. That was for me. Strictly for me. So the Raptors are doing well. Nice decorations. Thank you. Basketball, okay. There are hoops, right? And a ball you bounce. They also have that move where you stretch your arm really long to put the ball in the aforementioned hoop. Yes, the Michael Jordan, the Space Jam. I actually have... it's upstairs. I have a Michael Jordan Space Jam action figure that I should... That's for a different time. Okay, I'm not going to hold you guys up any longer. Let's go play some Paper Mario. I hope you are all doing well. Unless you just mean Ian like slam dunks in general, and that's cool too. We used to have a guy in Toronto that was very good at that, and then he gave up on the team. He got mad that his mom lost her VIP parking spot in the arena. He was faking injuries. He was yelling out his own team's play calls to sabotage his own team so that the other team could win. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I could spend the entire stream. No, I definitely meant Space Jam. Oh yes, I remember that one. In a game with Bugs Bunny. There was actually a Bugs Bunny. There was a Looney Tunes basketball game on the Super Nintendo. It was like a street ball game. It was actually pretty good. I don't remember what it's called now, but if I find that in a store, I will definitely pick that up. Glad the Raptors are doing well, though. LOL. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being there as a sounding board for me to talk about this stuff. I know you don't care for sports at all, and I have inundated you with tons of sports Raptor stuff, but I appreciate yes, you being there for me. And the Boston won last night, too, so... Or Boston won on Monday, so they're up 1-0. Congratulations to you two as well. I've totally forgotten where I'm supposed to go. There's a pipe. I'm supposed to go down. I don't remember where the pipe is. Weird, the stream elements is just telling me I'm back on now. But yeah, how are you all doing? I hope you had a great weekend. I had a bunch of people over at the house on Saturday to watch this aforementioned Game 6 basketball game. My family, like... Oh, this is not where I'm supposed to go. So the last two, like, major weekend things, because every weekend, at least one of the 2 days, I end up at the in-laws' place. And they have really bad internet, and they don't have cable. And so, there's a couple weeks ago where there was a super epic game, and the internet wasn't working, and we couldn't watch the game. Couldn't watch it. And so, like, we ended up just listening to it on the radio. Raptors win. Most epic, amazing shot. And then The following week, like, we couldn't... There was nothing, so I was just listening to the radio the whole time. This time, this game was coming up. I'm like, no, we are not missing this game. You guys all come here, where we have TV, and we can watch this game. And so, I will try and find this pipe in the meantime. I know it's not far from here. I will figure it out eventually, but I will keep ranting in the meantime. And you guys tell me, like, how your weekend went. Yeah, and then, like, the Raptors were losing for most of that game. But the Raptors also have this basketball player named Kawhi Leonard. He's basically basketball Jesus, and he willed us back into victory. And now we're going to the finals. Steph Curry is going to be playing here, but he grew up in Toronto, so that's a whole thing. His wife is from Toronto. So many storylines. But yeah, there was other things I did as well. I watched Aladdin. Chris, I know you were planning on watching Aladdin as well. Did you get a chance to see it? Did anyone else get a chance to see Aladdin? Whew. Also, guys, I totally can't find this pipe. I'll figure it out, but... Or maybe I won't. And it's actually really crappy. I have to confess. After the last stream, I went and saw a strategy guide on how to get out of the predicament I was in the cave. And now I can't figure out how to get back in the cave. There it is. Okay, we're good. Ian says, long, I was on the road a lot, but I got to spend the last couple of days relaxing at home, so I've managed to recover somewhat. Glad your weekend went well. It was the most amazing weekend. Got to see Aladdin. Raptors are the talk of the town. Biggest story in the world. Like, the streets. Man, I know, Christopher Rich, I sent you some clips on Discord of just the city going nuts. Tens of thousands of people celebrating on the streets. I hear my phone vibrate. Someone's calling me right now. And no, this isn't Lawrence. This is Junk Call. Glad both of your weekends seemed to go well. And no, we did not get a chance to see Aladdin just yet. We had a very low-key weekend, so it was nice. Great! Oh my goodness. Stop it. Stop calling me. Oh, weird. I haven't not seen that spin before. Oh, because now I have the double jump thing. Got it. So, are you guys at all interested in my thoughts on Aladdin, or we can talk about something else. That is cool too. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. Stop calling, stop calling. I don't want to talk anymore. Yeah, it was just like a 1888 number or something. It was not worth it. Alright, so maybe I don't exactly know where I'm going. I will figure this out. You got the new shoes last time, Silly. Yes, I did. That was a good song. I don't actually know what song that is. Uh-oh. Let's pull out Sushi. Man, this was so much easier when... Oh, okay. I think I know where I'm going now. Okay, I think I go... Oh, jeez. Shell to the face. Thanks, I worked really hard on the lyrics. Was Aladdin enjoyable? I stare at the internet all day, so stuff is kind of always spoiled. LOL. Haven't seen Endgame yet either, but I know what happens, and I'm already in denial. Thumbs up. Okay, so, I will say, I thought Aladdin was great. I know I saw the critics' reviews afterwards, like we watched it, and I know, Chris, you said you'd heard, or I can't remember, I think it was Nikki that said she heard it was bad. And so I was like, oh, okay, I love Aladdin, it's my favorite Disney movie, and we'll check it out anyway. I was really excited for it, and I wasn't disappointed at all. I thought it moved at a really good pace. I liked the music, I loved the action. Will Smith was really good in it. The singing was good, the songs were great, they added some new songs. And they made some adjustments to make it a little more 2019 friendly, and I thought those adjustments were good. And of the sort of live action Disney movies that I've seen, I haven't seen that many, to be honest. I've seen Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Jungle Book. I would put Aladdin at the top. And then slightly below that would be Jungle Book, and then below that would be Beauty and the Beast, which I thought was just okay. I think the one criticism I like that I think is totally fair of the Aladdin movie is like I don't think it's necessarily better than the cartoon. But like I think it's I don't miss it. Like I don't think it's worse because of that or anything like that. It was a fun movie, live action take, and I enjoyed watching it. There we go. Oh, good. Yeah, I wasn't trying to really listen to many critics. Heard Will Smith was better than people had anticipated. Aladdin is one of my favorite Disney movies too, so I'd see it anyway. We've seen Beauty and the Beast. Gaston was the best part, IMO, and Cinderella, which was okay. Okay, so I haven't seen that. Actually related to Gaston, because that's Steph's favorite character in that movie. And like Beauty and the Beast in general. Steph and I were in like Orlando Disney area when we got engaged. I proposed to her there, and I think because we went to one of the Disney parks the day before, like we went to Disney that day, and then after we saw the fireworks and we left the Disney place, I proposed. Then we went to Universal Studios the next day, and then a couple of days after that we went back to a different Disney park, and I bought the Gaston shirt. It had him on it, and then it has the question, husband material? Question mark? Ah. But yeah, Gaston's pretty funny. Uh-oh. No! I'm gonna blame the analog stick on that. This one's a little worn out. Oh. There we go. There we go. Also, I noticed the TV volume. Uh-oh. Alright. How come I still can't hear the music? Ah, there we go. Ooh. Yeah, I've not seen Cinderella. I heard it was not great, so we didn't bother. Keep walking left. Uh-oh. Can I bail out? Alright, let's keep going left. I trust in you, Ian. Oh. That sounds great, LOL. I think the best live Cinderella is Rodgers and Hammerstein's one with Brandy and Whitney Houston. I have not seen that one. I do love me some Whitney Houston. Brandy in particular. Oh man, her first album, with the song "Baby" and "I Wanna Be Down," like that album is classic to me. I love it so much. And if you want to really catch me in my feelings, there is a song she did called "Broken Hearted" with one of the guys from Boyz II Men. That brings back a lot of yeah. Okay, Paper Mario. Who should I think I'm gonna give it to Watt. Yay, Watt. Ultra rank. Yeah, that, the Brandon Whitney Houston one, that was on TV, right? I've seen a couple of those, like, TV ones. I know we saw Grease. That one was alright. And there was one I thought was really boring. I can't remember which one it was. Watt's one of my faves. I like to use her or Sushi in the final battle, usually. Okay. Do you know that there's a dojo in Toad Town? I go there all the time. I finally got my 3rd degree card the other day. I'm sure you have a much higher rank than I do, though. What? You don't have anything? No, I don't. Do I need supplies? I probably do. Let's go shopping. The Brandy and Whitney Houston one came out in 1997. I think is a TV special. Very divisive cast. Can be silly, but I love it. Okay. I mean, as long as it makes you happy, then who cares what the haters say? You know, I just like... There are a lot of haters of this team called the Toronto... Okay. I'm stopping. How do I just check my items? Oh, here we go. I think we're okay. I'm trying to think, like, guilty pleasure stuff, or stuff that you like that other people don't like. Have I ever told you about our Lord and Savior, the Toronto Raptors? Yes! Our Lord and Savior, the one and only... Okay, this is gonna take it to a whole other level. I meant diverse cast, it's a good thing. Diverse cast. Okay, diverse cast, yes. Diversity is great. Representation is great. I think we've talked about it a little bit, but I think Chris in particular, we talked about that one post you had about, like, representation in women and, like, the idea of, like, Filipino people in television. Like, we didn't exist for ages. I think it was one, like, I remember seeing this article about, like, the top 5 Filipinos in television, or, like, famous Filipinos, and one of them was, like, a kid on Barney. And, like, really, we have to scrape that far down to find people that look like me on television? And there's this one show that you probably heard of, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and the guy that she's pining for, the ex-boyfriend, is, like, a Filipino dude. And I was like, wait, that's me. I've never seen anyone like me on television before, and this was, like, in the last 5 years. And that meant something to me. And especially, like, seeing a Filipino person or just an Asian person as, like, the guy that the girl was going after, and not, like, the nerdy sidekick who was really good at math. That was cool. And, like, basketball-wise, here we go, Toronto Raptors. There's a guy named Jeremy Lin, who's, like, this Asian basketball player who isn't 7 feet tall, and when he came into the NBA, he lit the world on fire. He had, like, the best 2-week stretch of basketball in life, and it really meant a lot to the Asian community to be able to see a guy who looked like me playing basketball in a sport that doesn't have that many Asian people in it. It's a funny show, too. Are we talking Crazy Ex-Girlfriend? I've seen bits of it. It's pretty good. But the thing I was going to show you, speaking of lords and saviors, Steph made this shirt yesterday. We have his and her shirts of this. This is our Lord and Savior Kawhi Leonard hitting the shot. So he's squatting there on the letter S, and he shoots this super high rainbow shot at the very end of the game, Game 7. And then the ball bounces off the rim 4 times, falls in the net. Raptors go to the next round. Philadelphia goes home. One of the most iconic moments in Toronto sports history. There's at least one mural in the city of this moment, of this exact picture, and then there's multiple murals on buildings in the city of him in different phases of this shot. So yeah, I'll be wearing this, at least at some point, probably Thursday. I hope this guy stays. It's a whole thing. We got time though, right? Yay for representation, although Barney was a fantastic show to 5-year-old me. Speaking of lords and saviors, Rachel comment, he has a plaque of me, a plague of me. I can't spell, very nice shirt, thanks. Yeah, Steph made it here yesterday while I was setting up for the stream. Yeah, that guy is like basketball Jesus. He is so good. He is like Michael Jordan Space Jam level. Or just Michael Jordan level right now. It's crazy. Anyway. Barney was a pretty good show. I was a little older. I was out of that generation. So, like, I didn't really care for Barney. But Randy was prime Barney target audience, and he loved Barney. So we ended up watching a fair bit of Barney the Dinosaur, and he had the Barney doll, and you sang the I love you, all that stuff. Alright, so what are we doing now? Starborn Valley and Shiver Mountain are both near here, but you'd better dress warmly if you plan on reaching them. Alright. I was actually forbidden to watch Barney as a child because my mother hated it. What? Why did she hate Barney? Like, the songs were annoying, or... yeah, what would she be, like, opposed to in Barney the Dinosaur? This city is becoming pretty dangerous lately. I saw this totally suspicious stranger wandering around just a short time ago. He seemed to be searching for someone. I didn't like his looks. I wonder where he got off to. Okay, I know this. I'm sorry. My other fave shows were That's My Dog, Two Families with Good Pups did little contests such as mazes, talent shows, and an obstacle course. Oh, I'm sorry, Ian. I guess that's why? I'm honestly not sure. She was pretty intense about not exposing me to violence as a kid, but Barney definitely didn't fit that mold. That was funny. I was talking about that on the last stream about entertainment for kids in the 80s. And one of the big things I remember liking as a kid was RoboCop. And he's a robot cop, and he shoots people. He shoots a guy in the crotch at one point. The movie has a ton of swearing in it. It's got nudity in it. The guy who is RoboCop, while he's still a human, he gets limbs blown off. And kids love that movie. I was like 3 or 4 years old at the time, and I had a RoboCop action figure. And there was no other like RoboCop cartoons or anything. It was based on the movie. And even though it was an R-rated film, they assumed like, oh, the kids are gonna love this. So kids just watched R-rated movies like RoboCop and stuff. Silas is super into Cleo, and I can't pronounce that name right now. Ian, you have a son, yes? What kid show is he usually playing at your house? Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. Did you have a good nap? Good luck to you. I have no idea what... Yeah, that's some, like, super hot in the streets kid show. I'm in with it. I'm not that in with it. Like, are kids still watching Paw Patrol? I saw this really bizarre guy around here the other day. He was shouting like, "Oh!" or "It's freezing!" And he was also going, "No! Mario!" Who was that nut? Okay, so we gotta look for someone. I have no idea. Okay. Yes, Paw Patrol is very in right now. Okay, cool. It's a Netflix original. It's about a family of 6 kids who live in a fun house without their parents for some reason, and each episode, Cleo learns about what she wants to be when she grows up. Huh, interesting. A couple of months ago, Steph and I were dog sitting for my sister-in-law, and we were randomly on their Netflix, and we saw this show. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a kid's show about bees who sing Beatles music, and we were like, oh, this is gonna be terrible. And Sia's in one of the episodes as well, and we watched it, and we're like, oh, this is not bad. This is actually kind of good. I enjoyed it. Anyone for a shaved ice treat? Strawberry flavor? Maybe watermelon? Or maybe my personal favorite, tangy tangerine. Ho ho! I love frozen treats. That sounds adorable, Ian. Pengy, pengy, pengy pop. Feel the rhythm. Stop and bop. Do the pengy. Penguin hop. All the snowmen in a line. A bucket has fits. Super fine. I should be like beep. Eyes and noses looking cool. Bring a scarf, you pengy fool. I can't beatbox and rap at the same time. I don't have those skills. Oh, who's this dude? That sounds I've seen worse, I guess. The stuff he watches that I find the most tolerable would have to be The Wiggles and then Treehouse Detectives. As actually, my cousin's kids are like 3 and 2. Well, one of my cousins has a 3-year-old daughter. The other one has like a 2-year-old son, and he's about to turn 3. Shoutouts to Kai, who was on the stream for like 10 seconds one time during an Overwatch stream. They went to see a Wiggles concert when they were in town, and the older one in particular, she was just like completely mystified by the whole thing. Like, these are the people she'd seen on TV her whole life, and now here they are in front of her in person, and she was just stunned. It was funny. Like, it took her a while to realize, like, oh, these are actual people and they're in front of me right now. We know the original Wiggles. Glad they're still doing well. Want to try the quiz? No. I have no time for side stuff. Gone. I know he probably gives you something super good, but people who travel to here from other towns must think that the city is freezing cold. I'm used to it, I heard, though somewhere in the world is a hot town covered in sand. Now that would be intolerable. I don't believe it even exists. Rachel went to a Wiggles concert with her cousin a long time ago. They put on a really good show. Okay. In terms of kids concerts, I don't... Have you heard of a band called Kiddio? They look like... I mean, they're Canadian, so I don't know how far they reach in the US, but they kind of dress like Kiss, but there was like a red one, a blue one, and I think a yellow one. We stumbled on one of their concerts at like a fair, and they were okay. As far as kids concerts, that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. Though I have a... Okay. Let me read through this bit, and then we'll talk music stuff. I have a weird thing. I have lots of weird things, but a really shady individual came to the city recently. He was screaming at the top of his lungs and running around. It was really odd. I think something strange is going on in our peaceful city. They're pretty talented. Silas loves the songs. On long car trips, we often end up singing a bunch of Wiggle songs the whole ride. Cute. Afraid we've never heard of them. And Ian, that is really adorable. We still randomly sing a Wiggle song here or there. LOL. Oh, we have a guest. Welcome. You poor man, you must be freezing. If you'd like to see my husband, he's in the other room. Please go right in. Hot potato, mashed banana, banana. Rachel is doing the dance moves right now. Oh, geez. Mayor Penguin's body doesn't budge an inch. What's this? He has a memo in his hand that says, Herringway. Darling, would you like a cup of tea? Hmm? Oh, dear, you know you'll catch a cold if you sleep there. Is he dead? No! Help, somebody, anybody, my husband is dead. He's been murdered. Oh my god. Are you serious? It's a penguin murder mystery. Are you serious? No, he's gonna come back. What's going on here, madam? Just calm down now. You need to speak slowly so I can get to the bottom of this. My husband is dead. Look at him lying there. Oh, my darling husband. Someone clipped his flippers. This is one of my favorite little quests. The penguins in Paper Mario are always great. By Puffin, you're right. The mayor's been murdered. This is like a mystery novel. Except it's real. How tragic. But madam, if I may ask, who on earth would have reason to put this penguin on ice? Him, right there, that man with the suspicious mustache. What? I told him not to come into the house, but he barged right in. My husband was alive right up until this man showed up. He must be the murderer. Hey you, mustache, are you listening? This good woman's accusing you. What do you have to say for yourself? Don't try to play ignorant with me, buddy. I'm a professional. We got a witness here. Isn't that right, madam? Yes, that's right. He did it in cold blood. I, saw it with my own eyes. Besides, he's the only one who came into this room. It all adds up. Say you're sticking to your story, claiming you're not the culprit. Mario, didn't do it. It's mean that you're treating him like a bad guy, even though there's no evidence. This was a good quest, much better than the fetch thing than Flower Fields was. Oh my god, Flower Fields is... Oh, it was awful. I mean, it wasn't as bad as the thing that opened up Flower Fields. That was the worst. Of, like, having to, like, retrace your steps throughout the game. And, like, realizing I had one of the things already, but didn't realize until after. Anyway. A backroom murder case. A high-ranking penguin slain. How could such a horrible plot twist hit our peaceful city? You, Mr. Mustache! Once more for the record, you swear you didn't do this. Okay, I think I believe you, but this means we have to find the true murderer. Ah, perfect! I'll give you a chance. Since you claim that you're not the guilty party, then you must bring me the murderer yourself. If you do that, I'll believe you. It's the only way. What kind of Phoenix Wright courtroom is this? Alright, off with you. You haven't proved that you're innocent yet, so I must forbid you to leave the city. No reply, doesn't budge an inch. What's this? He has a memo in his hand that says Herringway. Alright, so music stuff. Kids music stuff. I used to have Sirius XM radio. I love Sirius XM radio. Just all the stations, no commercials. I had to cancel it because money reasons. But anyway, one of the stations that I started listening to late in our Sirius XM run was Kidz Bop. And I got really into Kidz Bop. Like, this is like last year. So I actually probably still have Kidz Bop music on my phone right now. I find the whole operation fascinating. Like, just one, it's kids music singing like adult songs, and I found it really interesting. Like, how do you make the music sound as close as you possibly can? They're using different instruments. It sounds a bit off. Sometimes they're really close. Sometimes they're not. I love the edits that they make to the songs, where it's not just like we're gonna take this bad word out and change the word around. They're changing the like meanings of stuff. Where, like, oh yeah, now we're just friends hanging out versus, like, people hugging or something like that. They try and make stuff a little more gender neutral. Sometimes I think they go a little too far, and stuff that nobody was questioning, they edit anyway. There's a lot of weird stuff they do to make that music kid-friendly. And stuff that I don't necessarily agree with, but I find it fascinating, like, looking at this line and hearing how they changed it, like, why did you change that lyric to say that thing instead? And then, like, oh my god, Kidz Bop, that's still a thing. Yes, they're on, like, Kidz Bop 40 right now. And look, like, I then had to go search Wikipedia to understand, like, how much does it cost to get the rights to do these covers. Apparently, it's not that much. And then the way Kidz Bop works is that there's 6 kids at a time. If they go on tour, only 4 of them can perform at once, and then 2 get, like, off days. They've started doing original songs, and I think it's, like, by the time you're age 12 or 13. Pretty much as soon as you start to hit puberty, like, you're out. Get out of here. And so, like, we're listening to some of the music, and some of the kids, you can hear it in their voice, like, oh, man, this guy's voice is starting to, like, get down there. He's so done after this album. Also, now that's what I call music, 57. Yes, those are still going. Mayor Penguin was murdered in his back room, and no one has the slightest idea who did it. Oh, it can't be. It's like we're one of the Herringway's mystery novels. How could such a terrible thing happen in such a small, peaceful city? Who could do... The mayor's wife said the man with the mustache did it, and he seemed to be such a gentleman, too. Still, I guess you shouldn't trust anyone who carries such a huge hammer. Brr, how terrifying! It just goes to show you that you should never trust your first impression of people. They're up to 57 now? I thought they were farther along. I think 75 or so. Oh, man. Oh. I chose 57 because it sounded like a lot, so that if they are farther, I will have to retreat in shame. Haha. Herringway? Why, he's a mystery novelist who lives in this city. You suspect Herringway? Nah, it couldn't be him. He and the mayor are friends. Oh, it's so Herringway. So Herringway. We're gonna have to go find this guy. But yeah, those mixtapes. There's a couple. Oh man, I've got... Did you ever get a CD compilation called Groove Station? And I don't know if you got it there. But I started really listening to music in like the early to mid 90s. And one of the CDs I listened to a lot was this Groove Station album, which is sort of like a dance version of Now That's What I Call Music. And in this one particular CD they had this song called We've Got It Going On by the Backstreet Boys. And the Backstreet Boys were not a thing yet in North America. They blew up in Europe first for like a year before they hit in North America. And I remember really liking that song. And I was like, oh man, this We Got It Going On song is so cool. And then the Backstreet Boys, they put out that album here in North America like many months later. And they blow up. And I could actually say I enjoyed the Backstreet Boys before they became cool. Yeah, so I was a Backstreet Boys hipster, believe it or not, if that's even a thing. But I swear to you, that I discovered the Backstreet Boys before everybody else. We were more NSYNC girls, LOL. I mean, they're pretty good too. And JT is JT, like, of the superstar pop group things, like, he's the best one. Let's be real here. Let me adjust here. I think if it came down between the two, like between the two boy bands, I would probably pick the Backstreet Boys over NSYNC. I know more of their music. But NSYNC had some hits too. And oh man, okay, Herringway? Yes, of course I know him. Everyone in the city knows about him. He's a world-famous mystery novelist. You think Herringway killed Mayor Penguin? That sounds nuts, but you might be onto something. Herringway does know everything about crimes and criminals, and he seems to have mysteriously disappeared. So my NSYNC story, I've got at least one NSYNC story. So, oh, what's this? So, in high school, we had a media class. I think it was English. It was English class. And our teacher gave us this assignment, like at the very end of the semester, of if you could take a Christmas song and like change the lyrics so you were singing about Shakespeare and sing it in front of the class, I will up your marks by 1%. And one of my friends, Mark Diljon, shout out to Mark. Okay, tangent to the story. Mark, if you're watching this, I miss you, dude. I have no idea what happened to you after high school. If you find this, like, give me a shout. I just want to know you're okay. Anyway, so this particular Mark, awesome dude. One of my best friends in high school. He could not do the Christmas song thing because he was a Jehovah's Witness. And so we ended up doing our own version of an NSYNC song called, I think it was Drive Myself Crazy. So we changed the words around, and I totally don't know what I just opened, by the way. And I was like the lead singer of our group, and I ended up singing that in front of the whole class. And so that was my big NSYNC story. That's a good song though. I don't know what I just opened. Is it a badge? I think it was this. Oh, there it is. Changes the sound effect. Oh, okay, that's not a big deal. Video jet? You got a badge that just changed the sound effect. Okay. Also, I should check my badges. I have not updated these in a long time. Okay, I have nothing available. That's fine. Is there video of me singing that song? No. Is there tape of me singing that song. Possibly. If I don't have it, oh man, it might be my other friend. Like, it was me and 2 Marks, and one Mark, I don't know where he is, and the other Mark, R.I.P. Mark, he passed away a couple years ago. I would expect if he still had the tape, it would have been him, but I don't know if he would have kept it. Is there video of me singing? Yes. Do I want to put that on the internet? No, absolutely not. And no, I never rapped. Ever, ever, ever. Alright, let's keep it moving. What are your favorite NSYNC songs? Let's go continue this conversation here while I try and fumble my way through this. Yeah, I like I Drive Myself Crazy. I like Gone. What else? Bye 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 is pretty good. This is Herringway's house. He's a novelist. Herringway should be in there, but I haven't seen him lately. It's very peculiar. Okay. No Strings Attached was one of our faves. Bye Bye Bye, of course, too. LOL. Yeah, man, this is gonna date me again. I remember being in high school and, like, when that album came out and all the girls going to the mall to go to the store and buy that. I used to go to the mall and buy CDs all the time, too, so I'd see people there buying stuff as well. But yeah, that was one of the big ones. I think it might be the single biggest debut for an album ever, and it probably won't get topped because no one's buying CDs anymore. And there's probably some sort of secret here. Not like that, though. Yeah, I'm trying to think, what other big NSYNC songs? Justin Timberlake, his solo stuff. I love Cry Me a River. Still love Cry Me a River. That's a great one. There's a key. It's locked. You can't open it. This building's a warehouse. Nobody can get in because some careless guard managed to lose the key to the door. I can't believe I lost it. I ought to retrace my steps. Hey, listen, if you find a key anywhere, let me know, okay? Oh! There it is. I guess I have to melt the ice somehow. Or... Oh! Ha! I solved the thing by myself. I think. Hold on. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Yeah, buddy! Thank you. Thank you. You're far too kind. Man, I am blanking on NSYNC stuff right now. Dun, 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 dun. That first album, the You're All I Ever Want. That was a good song. And yeah, that reminds me, yeah, part of Steph and I going on vacation is, I guess I can tell the story now. A couple of months ago, the Spice Girls announced that they were going on tour. They were going on a reunion tour. And Steph was like, you know what? I'm going to try and get these tickets for the Spice Girls concert. If we get it, we get it, and we'll go to Europe, great. If we don't get it, whatever, we'll carry on with our lives. And so Steph was awake till like 5 o'clock in the morning trying to get the tickets, and she ended up getting a set, which is why the 4 of us are going to London in like 2 weeks, and then like the week after we're going to go to Paris. And so yeah, we're going to see the Spice Girls in concert. Dude, that's crazy. I never thought I'd see the day. Was God Must Have Spent a Little More Time NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? That's NSYNC. And I remember that one too. I think for another project, we changed the words on that one. All the slow songs from NSYNC. Congrats, that's so exciting. Thank you. Why are you in my fireplace? You found my secret room. Through the chimney. Ingenious. Me? I'm Herringway, the novelist. Haven't you heard of me? What? Mayor Penguin was murdered, and I'm the chief suspect? You must be joking. That's ridiculous. I did no such thing. You're very suspicious, huh? Well, I suppose I would be too. It appears as though I should drop in at the mayor's house. Engage stairs. Okay. Alright then, come on. Let's go to the mayor's house. Yeah, NSYNC performed recently with Ariana Grande. That would have been nice to watch at Coachella. And okay, here's a question. Here's a good question. So at Coachella, NSYNC performed with Ariana Grande, and Ariana was playing the role of Justin Timberlake. Now, odds are Justin Timberlake doesn't want to perform with those guys again. He's too big time. That whole thing. Would you go see a NSYNC concert with, like, assorted guests filling in the role of Justin Timberlake? So, I don't know, maybe it's Ariana Grande, or The Weeknd, or Taylor Swift, or just other people other than Justin Timberlake doing the Justin Timberlake part. Part of me thinks I should get stares like that, and the other part thinks I'd just get hurt. Yeah, I mean, they looked really cool. And before we moved into this house, like, Steph and I lived in a condo, in different condos for a number of years. And we were always like, man, we miss stairs. Stairs are nice. And then I fell down the stairs late last year, and that really sucked. So maybe I don't... I don't necessarily... I'm not like, yeah, pro stairs. I thought Justin was there cheering them on. I'm not really sure, considering we never saw them in concert or anything. LOL. Okay. I don't like. Would you find that like sacrilege, of just like NSYNC performing without Justin Timberlake? Like, yeah, this Spice Girls tour, Posh is not gonna be on most of the stops, and she's not gonna be at the show we bought tickets for. But she's on. I think she's on the show the night after we watch. Let's get to the bottom of this case right now. I would just like the voice-activated commands to switch stuff around in my house, like a secret room or something, lol. Yeah, that would be cool. We have Google Homes in our house, and we recently discovered that it plays trivia games. Like, we knew it had, like, general trivia, but they've added music trivia as well, and movie trivia. The music trivia is fun, the movie trivia is, like, way too hard, so we don't do it anymore. Oh, you again. Have you come up with anything? Say, isn't that penguin behind you the mystery novel writer named Herringway? What? Mayor Penguin was clutching a piece of paper that had Herringway written? Bah, if that were true, I most certainly would have noticed it. He definitely does appear to be holding a piece of paper. Yes, of course. It's a message about his death. Why didn't you just read it before? With his last breath, the mayor told us the murderer's identity. So, Mr. Herringway, you cold-hearted murderer. The neighbors across the street have plenty of smart commands, but I want to be able to say a password and a wall slides open to show a massive library or game room or something. That would be cool. I have the ghetto version of that where I'm gonna tilt. And I mean, you've seen it on camera before, but like there's a curtain right there, and I can slide that open, and it leads to a bunch of board games, and mostly junk though, mostly junk. Just other random house stuff. But there are cool board games in there too, and the giant Batman that I think I showed you that one time. It all makes sense now. No wonder your novels are so exciting and suspenseful. You live out your own plots. One day, Chad. Yeah, my version would be like, I put a string and I'm able to pull from here so that the curtain opens and reveals just a bunch of crap in the other side of the basement. Dear man, do you have any idea how ridiculous you sound? You actually think I would do this to the mayor? He's a great friend of mine. Yes. Yes, you were good friends. Aha! But that was just a cover so that no one would suspect you of this heinous crime. That's it, isn't it? I've solved this crafty mystery. Oh, come on. In the Double Jump Mansion, when you guys will have your own rooms. Aw. Aw. Thank you. I appreciate that. In other news, either of you interested in the Pokemon Direct thing tonight? I didn't realize that was tonight. Is it actually... Hold on. Hold on. If that's actually tonight, happening May 28th. Oh, Pokemon press conference happening May... Okay. I would never be so predictable. Besides, I'm complete... Starts 9 o'clock. Okay. Here's what we'll do. We're gonna do on... I didn't have... Let's do like a... We'll watch it together. I didn't have time to sneak over here to kill Mr. Penguin. I'd just like to say that I still think the man with the mustache is the murderer. The Penguin murder mystery is getting more intriguing all the time. I doubt they'll say anything about Sword Shield tonight. Since tonight's a press conference and the Sword Shield Direct is next week, I'm not too intrigued. Huh. We can watch it together. I can pull it up, and we can react to it as a group. Eek. My husband's returned. He's a ghost. Is it gonna be, like, live streamed on YouTube or something? Oh, good gracious. Hello, everyone. What's going on here? What? Mayor? We thought you were dead. Our backroom murder mystery is a wash. What a plot twist. That's true, Ian. Completely up to you, Jet. Don't want to rush you. What are you talking about? I think I seem to remember going to the shelf to get the souvenir for Herringway. Oh yes, of course. I reached up, slipped, and then whacked my head on the floor. Yes, that's what happened. Okay, I will look for a link in like 2 seconds, and then I'll see if I can make it work. Here you are, Herringway. This is what I was reaching for. Toad Town was great fun. So many interesting sights. Wish you could have been there. Sometime after all this hubbub settles down, I'll give you a full account of the big city. Well, thank you, old friend. That's very thoughtful. But Mayor, here we were thinking you'd been murdered. The whole city was up in arms. Next time, be more careful. Ah, yes. So sorry. Haha, I thought it was rather entertaining, actually. Besides, everything's okay now. The mayor's just fine. I must return to my home now. I believe I just had an idea for the sequel to my new novel. Yeah, gotta break into the live reaction game sometime. I did it last year. I did E3 last year. Nintendo's E3. You can find it on my YouTube channel. Not gonna be able to do it this year. I'm not gonna be in the country. So... I must apologize. Say, you're Mario, aren't you? Okay, here's what we'll do. I'm just gonna hope I don't break anything while I fix this. Alright, we're back in business. So yes, Paper Mario, where the heck were we? Say, you're Mario, aren't you? Well, let me welcome you to Shiver City, Jewel of the North. Uh-oh. And yeah, we can keep talking about the conference and what we liked, what we didn't like. I'm just going to continue playing Paper Mario, and we will go from there. What's the matter? Oh, you want to hike over to Starborn Valley, do you? I see, of course. I'll tell the gatekeeper to allow you out of the city. You'd better bundle up. Or, we can talk about what we think we're... Based on what we've seen now, what do we think we're going to see in Sword and Shield? Yeah, let me save, and let's... Ooh, haha, it's a good thing that murder case got settled. I'm really sorry that everyone called you a criminal. Really sorry. The case has been closed, huh? I'm really happy Herringway wasn't guilty. What? Me? I thought it was him. Oh, haha, that was just me being silly. I still want Pokemon to follow us around, but I haven't seen any evidence of that in what we've seen of Sword and Shield. Yeah, we haven't yet. Alright, let me save, and then let's talk Pokemon.